My name is Paola Bacchetta, and I want to first express my solidarity and my support to the Palestinian people of Gaza, the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and across the diaspora, where 6 million people have been forced to flee. I am speaking from here. I'm in the US, and I want to specifically denounce the US government's role in unconditionally supporting Israeli genocide in Gaza. The US provides an annual $3.8 billion in financial support to Israel. It recently added $14.5 billion for weapons to be used against Gazans. It has stopped its funding for the UN Relief and Worker Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNWRA, and which is the largest humanitarian agency in Gaza. It has blocked all ceasefire resolutions in the UN. It's repeating Israel's colonial, racist, genocidal discourse publicly, including all the lies on US and global news media to get people on board for the genocide of the Palestinian people. History will judge the US government and all people who are supporting this genocide in so many ways. Gaza has a population of only 2.3 million people, about the size of Houston, Texas, and 70% of this population is already comprised of people who are directly displaced or descendants of those displaced by Israel's theft of Palestinian lands. Today, about 27,000 Palestinians out of the 2.3 million have been murdered in Gaza. 8,000 are missing, 65,000 are injured. Imagine the massacre of 27,000 people in Houston, and imagine that 10,000 of these are children. Israel is murdering a Palestinian child in Gaza every 15 minutes. The people of Gaza are hungry, many are starving, they've been further displaced inside Gaza. Their homes, hospitals, schools, universities, entire infrastructure, all this has been destroyed by unrelenting bombardment. Israel has also tried to destroy Palestinian human continuity by murdering children and women, by depriving pregnant women of basic necessities like sanitary conditions, minimal, and food and health care, and destroying Palestinian sacred graves. Even the dead have no peace in Gaza. In this catastrophic situation on January 26, while the International Court of Justice was hearing South Africa's case denouncing Israeli genocide in Gaza, so as to divert attention, Israel accused UNWRA of having among its 13,000 workers in Gaza 12 members of Hamas. UNWRA fired 9 of them. Of the other 3, 1 is deceased and 2 are missing. But solely on the basis of these accusations and without evidence, the US, which was followed by 13 other global northern countries, stopped funding UNWRA, which is a huge blow to the humanitarian efforts in Gaza. They assume that Israel speaks the truth and that Palestinians and allies are guilty without requiring any evidence. Actually, Israel has been trying to get rid of UNWRA since its founding in 1949 as the UN agency working with Palestinian refugees that are displaced by Israeli occupation. UNWRA is the largest provider of humanitarian aid to Palestinians. It's also the main UN agency that could oversee the return of all displaced Palestinians, as provided for in the UN Resolution 194, which has not been enforced. Anyway, I'm going to end just by expressing my disgust for this murderous situation. It's a situation for which I have no real words, actually. It's so horrifying. And more importantly, I want to express my total heartfelt solidarity for the people of Gaza and for Palestinians everywhere. So many people across the globe are with you. We're all demonstrating. Many of us are demonstrating, speaking out, doing whatever we can. We refuse to be silent. Palestine will definitely be free. Long live Palestine.